how confident you are, how gullible you are, how scheming you are, how determined you are, how focused you are, how shy you are, how emotional you are, how aggressive you are. It all can be decoded from your handwriting. Your handwriting is the key to the inner characteristics of your brain. Ladies and gentlemen, Aditi once again on Untitled Revealed, and in this log we would be talking about the formations of letters in your handwriting. When we begin to learn to write letters, we are first being taught to write disconnected and rounded letters, where there are clear A's, B's and C's. But as we mature, we begin to have our own style of writing. Many letters which originally begin as rounded begin to become angular. There are 4 general classifications in letter formations, which are arcade, garland, angular and thread-like. The arcade writing is most easy to read and understand. In this, the top of the letters M and N are rounded. This kind of writing is mostly written by those who write for others to read. For example, students. On the screen you can see a specimen of the arcade writing. It looks very basic and there is a lack of personalized stylization which can show some lack of confidence or personal freedom. It also means that the person is cooperative and could be easily influenced. The arcade style could be written softly with smaller letters or written with more pressure with bigger letters. When the letters are small and soft, then the person is very gentle and wants to remain in the background. When there are bigger letters with more pressure, the person wants to achieve individuality and wants to express himself but lacks the maturity and confidence to do so. When the writing is very small yet very legible or readable, it indicates attention to details. The person is working with or likes to work with a lot of details. The person is cooperative and also very careful. Well, this specimen of writing is basically arcade but also has a lot of other interesting characteristics. It has a mix of angular letters with the rounded ones. In the garland writing, the curves are forming mostly under the letters and the upper portion of the letters are like angular and pointed. For example, the N might be looking like a U and M might be looking like a V and N or V and U put together. The lower portion of the letters have a lot of curves. This kind of writing or the garland writing indicates that the person has a taste for all the finer things in life and is also interested in creating a good impression on others. This one, the garland style, is more stylized and is more confident than the arcade style of writing. The forward-leaning slant and the rounded formations of letters in this writing indicates that the person is emotional and would easily disclose his feelings to others. Angular letters are completely opposite to this. The specimen shows President Kennedy's handwriting, which is angular. Such kind of handwriting indicates that the person has very strong qualities of mind. He is very confident and does not look for validation or approval from others. He does not write to impress others. He is not influenced by others easily and is not gullible and has a very strong and bold mind of his own. If the angular writing is seen to be having bigger letters with more pressure, then the outer personality of that person also would be having a strong and bold kind of an effect on others. Now, in this second specimen of the angular handwriting, which is this one, it shows Hillary Clinton's handwriting. And you can clearly see the angular qualities of the letters very prominently out here. This third specimen is the signature of the great poet Robert Browning. However, it is not a very dramatic kind of an angular writing. It is possible that the angular writing could be having a lot of drama. Say for example, it could be having huge capital T's or capital S, and when there is a lot of drama created in any handwriting, it is not done to be subtle. It is always done or cultivated to get attention of other people. So in that case, the rule of angular writing to be not looking for confirmation or validation from people does not apply. In that case, the person is actually interested in impressing others and cares for their opinions. The handwriting of a person could also be having a combination of one or two basic classifications. Say for example, the handwriting is a combination of rounded and angular letters. There are more rounded and few angular letters in the handwriting. Now what happens in that case is that the person is basically innocent and cooperative, or to some extent gullible also, but then the angular letters indicate that there are also very sharp qualities of the brain somewhere, very strong qualities of the brain somewhere, and these strong qualities are suppressing the gullibility to quite a big extent. One interesting part of the handwriting is how a person would be writing the capital letters. For example, if most of the writing is rounded and there are few angular capital letters, now in that case, the person is basically cooperative, tactful and gullible and friendly and nice, but then he's trying to put up a show of not being so innocent and gullible. He's trying to play hard to get. Now, what happens in the reverse case? Say if most of the writing is angular and there are few rounded capital letters. Now, that is just the reverse case, and we have to be very careful about this person, because basically this person has very critical qualities of the brain. He's very confident and intelligent and calculative, but he's trying to put up a show of being very gullible and innocent. He's trying to act very friendly when he's actually not. He's very self-assertive, and he's probably a bit loner-like as well, but he's trying to play very friendly. Now in this case, you could be taken advantage of, and you could be fooled by his attitude. In the thread-like writing, the pen hardly touches the paper and just flows along. The thread-like writing is mostly illegible or unreadable, and it is difficult to tell why exactly would a person write such an handwriting which cannot be read. The reason could be hurry, disinterest, impatience, or in some cases, disrespect also. Maybe the person doesn't feel that it is important for others to be able to read his handwriting, or maybe he just doesn't care. The specimen shows Angelina Jolie's handwriting. Although there is some fair amount of legibility in this one, I've seen handwritings where there is no legibility at all. For example, many doctors out here write like this, and I cannot pinpoint the reason behind it. It could be that the person wants to escape the situation or something. He's totally frustrated with the situation. He's totally bored or something. All in all, it is not a user-friendly or a reader-friendly handwriting. There is no desire to cooperate with the reader out here. Although graphology does not categorize any handwriting as good or bad, but I feel if this is how something could be written, why not like this? What's the difference? Understanding a person's handwriting is not a guesswork, it is not prediction, it is not psychic ability or intuition. It is very technical, and it follows a specific discipline. There are hundreds and hundreds of indications in one single person's handwriting, and each indication is indicative of a specific quality of the brain. If you miss out on one indication, you miss out on one, probably an important quality of that person's brain. If you have liked watching the log and have found it to be useful, hit a thumbs up. You could comment below for any specific queries. To stay connected, subscribe to the channel or like my FB page. The link is provided below in the description box. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.